observing your breath and following your breath as your guide. And let's sit back in chair pose. Uttanasana. Bring your hands behind you, clasping the hands. Belly in, open the chest and roll your right shoulder up, keeping your knees square, hips square here. Look up above your right shoulder. Come back to center, lengthening the back of your neck here and over to the other side, pressing the hands away from your back and up. Softly breathing. And exhale, folding the rib cage over your thighs. Press your hands up away from you and back towards the floor or down towards the floor. To come out of this slowly, keep your back rounded and roll out of it like a ragdoll. Coming all the way up to standing, hands over the head. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, belly in, look ahead of you. And let's step into plank. Spread the fingers wide open here. Keep your chest open, sinking the chest between your shoulders. Pull your belly in, press your heels away from your inner thighs. Squeezing towards the midline. Looking a few inches in front of you. Relaxing the neck, the jaw, the face muscles. Softening the gaze. Trying to keep a straight line. The back is wide and the shoulders are away from the ears, keeping your neck spacious. Shoulder blades are tucked into the back. Slowly lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Alfasunshine. Roll shoulders back and down. Lengthen the back of your neck. Press your toes down into your mat. Back to Chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pull the belly in and up. Reinforcing your locks. Spread the fingers wide open. Shoulders away from your ears. The ears are between the triceps. Feet are parallel to each other. Hip width apart. Tailbone is pressing up towards the sky. Palms of the hands are slightly lifted off the mat. Base of the fingers on the mat. And let's step the feet at the front of the mat. Exhale, folding into a forward bend. Uttanasana. You can grab your calves here and go a little deeper into this forward bend, but still allowing the crown, the top of the head, to be extending down towards the floor rather than pulling your forehead towards your shin bones. And to come out of this, sweep your hands all the way over your head. Exhale over the third eye. Exhale over the heart. Big breath in, chair pose, hands over the head, hips back, pressing into all four corners of each foot. Inner thighs working, lifting the chest away from your legs here. Breathe. Exhale, hands on the floor, forward fold. Inhale. Look ahead of you, lengthen the back of your neck, hands on the floor, step into plank. chest and bring your leg across from you, bringing the foot down on the floor into a modified side plank pose. Right hand is on the floor directly underneath your right shoulder. Bring your left arm up. Keep your sides lifted and your hips lifted here. Inner thighs again working towards the midline. And let's extend the hand over the head and back on the floor. Knee in, step into plank. You can press back in downward facing dog. Let's go over to the left side. Left knee comes into the rib cage. Left leg comes across. And on the floor, lift your hips and your obliques here. Arms are reaching away from each other, opening the chest, widening the back. Keep your breath going. Keep the integrity of the pose. And let's extend our right arm up and over the head, back, hands on the floor, plank, knee in, stepping down into plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog. Lifting the kneecaps here, extending the tailbone down, and back to Chaturanga, exhale downward facing dog. Coming back to your breath, nice deep inhalations, complete exhalations. Big breath in, and let's exhale and bring the right knee into the rib cage and across from our body. Again, down on the floor. The foot is on the floor. Legs are crossed, and we're gonna take this time the left hand underneath the rib cage, reaching as if you're trying to touch something underneath and behind you. 8 on each side. Continue 5 more. Really trying to bring your hand underneath and reach behind. Keep the alignment here, hips lifted. When you're done, you can bring your hands on the floor, knee in, plank, back to downward facing dog, over to the other side. Exhale your knee into your rib cage. Bring your foot across from your body, come into side plank and begin to reach underneath your rib cage here, keeping your hips lifted the entire time, keeping your breath going. A few more, moving slowly and consciously. And let's extend the right arm over the head, back to plank, knee in, stepping back in plank, Chaturanga, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, Chaturanga Dandasana, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Spread your fingers wide open. Make sure to check in with your shoulders here. And you can walk in place, lifting the tailbone as high as you can. Be mindful of hyper overextending your elbows here. And let's bring the right knee to the chest one more time. Bring your foot across, coming into side plank. And let's bring the hand behind the head and begin to bring opposite elbow to knee. Squeeze it in. Left elbow, right knee. Again. Pulling the belly in. Exhale on an exertion. Trying to keeping the hips lifted the entire time. Maintaining stability. And let's extend slightly down. As you exhale, lower down onto the floor. Plank, Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Back to Chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your left leg up. Step your left foot between your hands. Bring your back heel down on the floor. Come up. Warrior one. On the left side, sink a little deeper. Press into the outer edge of your right foot. And lifting the arch of your right foot off the mat. Shoulders down. Shoulder blades tucked into your back. Extending the tailbone down slightly. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Step into plank. And let's bring the right knee towards the right elbow and left knee towards the left elbow. This was demonstration, and now start for 10 reps. Right and left. 5 on each side, alternating. Keeping the hips lifted. Gazing slightly ahead of you. Contracting the legs here. And when you're done, move through your vinyasa all the way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, right foot between your hands. Come up, warrior one. Pressing into the outer edge of the left foot here. Let's bring the hands behind us, clasping the hands. Walk your hands down your left leg and lift through your sternum, opening the chest. Breathe. Keeping the front knee bent. And let's come out of this and lower down and move through your vinyasa. Second chaturanga is optional. Back to downward dog, and let's take the left leg up. Step your left foot between your hands. Come up, warrior one. Exhale your hands behind you, reversing the clasp. Grip here. Walk your hands down. Your right leg will go. Relax the shoulders. Soften the chest. And let's release. Lift the hands over the head and down on the floor. Plank. We're going to bring again opposite knee to elbow. 10 repetitions again. 5 on each side, alternating sides. Keep your heels pressing away from you. Keep your chest open. Hips square. When you're done, move into Chaturanga, upward facing dog, Chaturanga, downward facing dog. Exhale. Breathe into your hamstrings here and take your right leg up. Step your right foot between your hands. Come up, warrior one. Hands behind your back, clasping, lifting to your sternum. Open. This time we're gonna bring the chest over the right thigh and shift the weight onto the right leg, coming into warrior three with the hands still behind us. You can hold the towel here. If you can't clasp obviously just bring your hands out to the sides, the bottoms. And come back into Vira one, lower down, plank, Chaturanga, upward facing dog, Chaturanga, downward facing dog. Move with your breath. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, left foot between your hands, pressing into the outer edge of your right foot. Come up, warrior one. Hands behind your back, reversing the grip. Open the chest, walk your hands down the extended leg. Begin to lower your chest over your left leg. Once your chest is parallel to the floor, pressing the hands away from you, shift your weight into your left foot, coming center, and we're gonna repeat. Bring your left hand up and over. Shoulders are aligning, staying in the same plane. Really lengthening both sides of the torso here. And in switching sides, bring your right hand up and over. Shoulder is down. The palm of the hand is facing down. And come out of this. Over to the left side. Here I'm actually opening my chest up. You can experiment with that if you're confident in your lower back and if you know how to tuck your tailbone under. Planting both feet equally in the floor as you reach over to the other side. And let's bring the hands over the heart. Step your feet together and sit back to your pose. Shoulders down, hips all the way back. Inner thigh squeezing towards the midline. Bring your hands down on the floor. Straighten your legs. Into forward bend. Exhale, up, down. Inhale, look ahead of you. Hands on the floor, jump or step back into plank. And we're gonna do 10 knee tucks. Knee between the elbows, thigh on each side, alternating sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keeping your belly strong. Lower down to Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, back to Chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pull the belly in and up. Mula Bandha active. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, right foot between your hands. Inhale, come up, warrior 1. Hips facing forward. And now we're going to take a little wider stance and open into warrior 2. Warrior 2. Relaxing the shoulders, softening the gaze. right knees in between the elbows up towards the chest. 5 on each side, switching sides. Keep your hips steady, your breath steady, your chest open, moving with steadiness and control. Belly in, contracting the belly, and exhaling, contraction. When you're done with your 10 reps, move through your vinyasa all the way back into downward facing dog. Let's take the right leg one more time up and between the hands. Come up, warrior one, and we're gonna open one more time into warrior two, warrior two. Turn your right hand up and reverse your warrior here. Walking the left hand down the left leg. And this time we're gonna reach ahead of us and lower the right hand on the inside of the right foot. If you're not very flexible, you can keep your elbow over your knee here and extend your left arm up and over the head, palm of the head facing down, lengthening both sides of the torso, opening the left rib cage up, spin it open, abdomen ceiling. Bring both hands on the inside of the right foot, hips are level, lower your back knee down on the floor, keep your knee all the way as far back as you can so that the contact with the floor that you make is area above your kneecap. You're not bringing your joint on the floor, the area just above your joint. Let your tailbone under and breathe into your hip flexor. Come out of it, stepping plank and move to a Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, an optional second Chaturanga on downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. Step your left foot between your hands and come up. Warrior one, opening into warrior two. Turn the left palm up and reach up and over your head all the way to the back of the room. Coming out of this and lower your hand down on the floor of your left elbow over your left knee. You're gonna extend the right arm up and over the head. Try to really lengthen through the fingertips here. Vibrant fingertips, opening the right rib cage, lengthening the sides of the torso. When you're done, bring both hands on the inside of your left foot. Tuck your tailbone under, lowering the right knee on the floor. Making sure that your knee doesn't come over your toes. Keep your knee back, either above your ankle or back, a little further back. It's fine too, just not over your toes. Breathe into your hip flexors here and try to stay in the place where the stretch is mild, especially when we're stretching hip flexors. Try not to overstretch. You're not doing your body a favor and you're not gonna have a shortcut to flexibility. Just try to stay moderate and be patient with stretching your hip flexors, and the gains will be more long term. Really connecting the stretch with your breath. Continue exhaling through your hip flexor, your quadriceps, left hamstring here, left hip. And let's step out of it all the way to plank. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and back, downward facing dog. Coming back to your breath, connecting with your bandhas. Let your head be heavy. And let's step the feet at the front of the mat. Exhale, bow down. You can hug your legs here, your calves. Breathe into your hamstrings. Soften your breath. You can shake your head here, yes and no. Looking over to one side and then the other, making go over to the left side. Left arm comes up and over the head, reaching over to the right. Planting the feet equally into the floor. Make sure you're pressing the right and the left foot down. Switch sides again. Making sure you're keeping your awareness in your feet and legs. And let's continue again. Left arm reaches up and over, pressing the feet down, lengthening the tailbone down and extending the spine. attention to your footwork here. Lift your both kneecaps. Pay attention to your left kneecap here and press your left femur back into the hip bone. Keep externally rotating the right hip here, lengthening both sides of the torso. Now we are going to look ahead of us and glide the left hand on the floor in front of the left foot, coming to Ardha Chandrasana. Flex your right foot here. Breathe. Keep lengthening both sides of the torso. Keep opening the right hip up. If you can look up at your right hand. Slowly coming out of this, bring both hands on the floor. Standing half splits, lower down. Hands pressing into the floor and take a small hop into Chaturanga. And opening towards facing dog. And back to Chaturanga. And exhaling downward facing dog. Hold the belly in and up. Breathe into your hamstrings. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, right foot between your hands. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Reach way ahead of you. And bring your right hand on the floor in front of the right foot forward. Standing half moon pose. Either stay in half moon or you can progress it into a bound half moon, holding your foot behind you. So you can find your ankle or your foot, grab it behind you, tuck the tailbone under. The next level, optional, is to lower your chest over the right foot, still holding your left foot. Great. From here, we're going to square the hips and come into warrior three. Hands over the heart. Slowly trying not to touch the floor. Come up to standing on your right leg, bringing the left knee into your rib cage. Focus on your balance here. Focus on the point in front of you. Grabbing the left big toe with your index, middle finger and thumb on the left hand. Extend and open to the side. Of course, you can keep your knee bent or even hold your knee here. This is something to work on and progress with over a period of time. You don't have to get it the first time. Here, I'm going to extend my leg in front of me and slowly transition into warrior three. One more time. And jump back into Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, back to Chaturanga. Exhaling downward facing dog and prepare for the opposite side. We're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side, so really be prepared for all this balancing sequence. Left foot comes in, come up, warrior two. Reach way ahead of you with your left hand and bring the left hand on the floor in front of the left foot, stacking the hips on top of each other, flexing the right foot, pull the toes back in towards you. Either stay here or you can reach behind you and grab the ankle. Take your tailbone under. Open the chest. Next level optional is to go into standing half splits. Sirsasana. And from here, we're gonna go back into downward facing dog. Take the right leg up, hold the right hip on top of the left hip. Bend your knee, bring your toes behind you, opening the hip here, opening the inner thigh, stretching the hamstrings, lifting. Great. And let's bring the right shin bone on the floor in front of us. Hips are level with the floor. Tailbone is an extension of the spine here, lifting the rib cage away from the hips. With this alignment, you can lower down in pigeon. Make sure halfway through your pigeon pose, you're not changing the integrity or compromising the integrity of the pose here. Your alignment should remain the same. If you need to back off, you can slowly come up and walk your hip in forward towards your right heel. Basically, you're decreasing the space between your right heel and your hip. The closer your heel is to your hip, the easier or less intense the stretch will be in your hip. And the opposite is true as well. If you feel that you have overcome a certain flexibility boundary you've had before, you can come up and slowly walk your left leg back away from you to bring your right heel further away from your hip, maintaining the alignment of the hips. They should be equal distance from the floor. And that will give you a little deeper opening in your hip. Over time, the space or the distance between your right heel and your left hip should increase. It doesn't have to be in a single yoga session. It can take months or even years depending on your body. So try to be conscious of where your body is at this moment and try not to force anything. Try to yield into your practice. Here you're paying attention to your breath, taking nice deep inhalations and exhaling through your hips. Allow your mind to be empty. Focus only on your breath and stay present. Always feel free to stay a little longer in pigeon pose if you need to. If it's one of your places of challenge and stagnation, stay in pigeon for 5 minutes on each side, provided you can maintain the alignment. And let's come up. Walk your hands back in towards you. Bring them by your hips and go into a little back bend. Let's bring the hands on the floor, spread the fingers open and lift back up into one-legged downward facing dog. Drawing circles with your right knee here. And let's go over to the left side. Lift your left leg up. Left hip on top of the right hip. You can come onto the tippy toes on the right side. Lift your knee as high as you can and breathe into your inner thigh on the left side, really on both sides. And let's lower the left shin bone on the floor. Find the place that perfectly suits you here and stay there for you. And then you can progress. You can go deeper or back off. Once you know exactly where your shin bone should be in relation to your hips, you can lower down, maintaining elongated back. Your spine should be elongated here. No tension in your neck. Relax your tongue. Soften your gaze. You can close your relax your shoulders and pigeon. Try not to hold your tension in there. Most of the mistakes I see in classes are related to this pose are that the hips are misaligned and there is too much tension in the shoulders. Try to relax your body, soften your jaw, soften your gaze, soften your tongue, and focus on the breath. Try not to contract your hips. If you go too far into a stretch, you will contract the muscles you're supposed to stretch. So always stay in the place where the stretch feels somewhat pleasant. You don't want to make this an unpleasant practice. You want to enjoy your yoga practice so you can come back to it over and over again. Yeah, we do enjoy the fruits of the practice, but the point is to enjoy the process, the path. And let's come back up. Walk your hands in towards you. Going into a back extension. And when you're ready, spread your fingers open back into downward facing dog, staying off of your left leg. Run a few circles with your left knee. Breathe into your hip. Let's bring the knees down on the floor and come into a seated pose. Let's open the chest, extend the legs in front of us. Lift, inhale your hands over your head and exhale, lower down. Go about 80% of how far down you can go. And just stay there for a breath or two. And then you can continue, go a little deeper. Inhale, come up. You can grab the flesh from underneath your legs and move it away from the bones. And go one more time. Inhale your hands over your head. Exhale. Soften and lower yourself down towards your thighs. Holding either your legs, ankles, or feet, wherever you can reach. Be fine with where you're at, with your practice. And when you come out of this, round your back and slowly lower yourself down onto your back. And we're going to reach ahead of us with our hands and begin to lift one leg at a time off the floor, pressing the lower back down into the mat and keeping the chest open. Alright, now let's lift both legs off the floor and begin to lower one leg at a time, halfway down and then the other halfway down. Stay really balanced here without joking and moving too rapidly. Try to be in control of your moves. Keep moving your legs up and down and try to bring both legs together at the top and at the bottom position. Next is lift one leg up, one is hovering over the ground, and then switch sides. If you feel that you have the lower back and core strength, try to lower your lifted leg down next to the bottom leg and then lift it. This adds a lot more to the practice. Next one is going to be lifting one leg up and reaching on the outer side of the leg with both hands clasping. Great. You can repeat that sequence down slowly lower down again on the ground, on your back. And let's prepare for plow pose. Bring your hands down on the floor and lift your legs up and over your head, bringing the feet all the way behind your head. Bring your hands on your lower back, walk your elbows in as close to each other as you can, achieving the shoulders in. Keep your hands on your lower back if your feet are not touching the floor. Otherwise, you can clasp your hands and press them down into your mat. If your feet are touching the floor, bring the tops of your feet on the floor, the nail side of your feet on the floor. And try to soften the back of your throat here. The next thing is to lift into shoulder stand, hands on the lower back, legs lifting together, up over the head. And you can lower your knees on the outsides of your ears. And one more time, plow pose. We're going to lift into shoulder stand, and this time we're going to bring the knees, both knees together on the outside of one ear. Lifting back up into shoulder stand, and let's lower the knees over